So whenever we come for CET event, this is what happens. Right? So normally what happens is that we get a 15-minute slot and it becomes 2 minutes at the end of the session. Right? But the beauty of the thing is that sometimes Rava Upma tastes better than full meals. I certainly believe in, right? And my name is Swaminathan. This is the Swami and the Swamiji, whom all the esteemed guests have been very kindly calling. So this is just Swami and Swaminathan, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of SmartTale. And what we build is artificial intelligence solutions for the education sector. So before I begin, so as usual, CB Sharma sir has put me in such a tough spot, and he kept on piling like layers and layers and layers of like rocks over me, and putting so much pressure, right? I mean, we were thinking like, oh, what is he going to say next? Okay, I'm like dead, right? So first it was a few kilos, then after that it was a few tons. Okay, then after that it was like, I don't know, the next level, right? But what do you get when you get more and more pressure? Any idea? Generally, don't think like principals, like common guys like us. What do you get? When you put a lot of pressure over time, what happens? Huh? Burst up.
System failure.
All principals are failed here. Children?
No charge.
Heere paida hota hai, madam. Diamonds are born. When you put pressure and pressure and pressure, right? That's when the diamonds really come out. So I'm not saying we are diamonds yet, but with all your support, we will definitely become diamonds one day, right? So, thank you. So with that, I have my humble pranams to all the 75 plus schools which have been supporting us from day one. We incorporated this company in November 2019. We left our high-paying jobs. We said, okay, we will do something miracle, and then we came to the education sector. November 2019 we were in, then we started traveling all around the country. We started collecting the old answer papers of students. We will explain about what our product is. But this is what we were doing, and then February 2020, you all know what happened. So that is how tough a journey that this has been for us, because if the schools don't work, we wanted to work with the schools. If they don't work, then what will we do? Right? So and I don't know how to thank all the schools, even during the pandemic times. Mr. Jalaluddin is here, Lata ma'am is here from Sairam. So many schools, even during the pandemic times, who have helped us along in refining the product. Because this is not a product that we are building and that we come and tell you that, okay, this is what is the whole product and then please use it. This is a product that is being built by the teachers, by the school educationalists, for yourselves. And we are just only in the middle path, or we're only the medium, or say the tool that you use to build your own product. As simple as that. So a quick one round of question that I have is that how many of you during the pandemic used Google Classroom? Okay, about 35%. Okay, how many of you went to Microsoft Teams? Okay, the remaining 35%. Right, you got about 80%, and the rest of you may be in Zoom. How many Zoom? Okay, so, okay, all these three companies are not Indian, by the way. Okay, so the most part that I want to bring in first is that when the pandemic came in, we all ran into these bigger corporates which were run from outside of India, and maybe the CEOs and Indian Americans, we can call them, US citizen, but from my state, Tamil Nadu. But still, the essence of the point is that unless and until you all support guys like us, sir was mentioning we have a lot of money. No, not so much. We know the struggle. Not so much. So unless and until you all come and support us, we cannot build a product which can replace a Google Classroom, or we cannot build a product which can replace Teams or any of that matter. So my humble request to all the educators over here is that please support Indian, even if you don't buy SmartTale, no issues. Please buy something which is still Indian and beat the hell out of this, we are capable of building world-class products. Right? As Indians, we are very, very capable of building world-class products.
I'm using VCCA,
Yep.
which is much better than any of those three you work with.
Okay.
Total Indian product, made in India.
Thank you, sir. So I'll now start my whole presentation. I'll be very short and sweet. So what we do is, our main ethos has been enabling and empowering the teaching community as such. We do not provide content, we do not provide videos, we do not provide books, we do not come into the classroom in terms of providing content and telling the teachers, okay, this is how you teach the class. We leave the whole thing to you. What we do is, we have this product called as DeepGrade. In one sentence, what does it do? Is it grades the handwritten descriptive answers of the students. So we use like machine learning, deep learning, so on and so forth to build this whole product. So one more question. What is, say, machine learning and what is digital transformation? Can I have someone from the audience answer this? What do you understand by machine learning? Or artificial intelligence? In one sentence, madam.
I think artificial intelligence means anything which is not natural intelligence. And if you want an answer for machine learning, that is your machine becomes intelligent with more data.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So what she's telling is that whenever a machine becomes more prudent with data, then it's machine learning, and then anything that is not natural intelligence is artificial intelligence. If I want to define this, this is how I would define artificial intelligence and probably digital transformation in a whole. If we want to learn a particular technology, if we want to learn a particular tool, that is digital transformation. If the technology will learn us on how we behave, on what we are doing, and then identify the patterns, identify the nuances, identify the digital patterns that is formed within our usage itself, that is artificial intelligence. So technology learning us and we learning technology. That's in a very, very cute way of putting it is that if technology is learning us, this is what is artificial intelligence. And the product DeepGrade has been built in such a manner that it continuously learns how the students are writing, what is that they're doing, grammar, context, so on and so forth as such. So let me jump onto the technical slides again. So whether you have a homework, the classwork, or the class test, or a particular exam, or whatever it is in the class, you would be able to use DeepGrade in two forms. The first form being, within the class, you can have say the scanned answer papers. You would have seen, some of you would have seen the demos. I have a video that will be playing around for those who didn't see the demo. So the scanned answer papers can be fed in, the whole answer paper will come out, graded, and then the teacher can see the analysis and then take the next level decision. For the other cases, where if your children are stuck at home and they are, say, in a pandemic scenario, we have enabled this in the mobile phone as well. So they can write the answer in, say for example, in their homework notebook, they can click a picture, that will get extracted and that will also get graded using artificial intelligence. What is the major benefit that you actually get out of this is that identifying the learning gap. So we will be able to tell you what the children actually understood, what the children did not understand, or how much, whatever you taught, how much has actually reached them and how much did not. Why? So that you can go back and tell the children or understand yourself first, saying, okay, this is a lesson or this is a topic that I need to reteach again to the children, or maybe my methodology is not being effective. I have to use a different methodology to make the children understand. That's the plain and simple benefit of using DeepGrade. It doesn't do anything beyond this. It will tell you very, very clearly whether your children are able to follow what is being taught or not. And there is a lot of automation in the process of that. So I have a quick video to play, which will quickly demonstrate the whole flow of DeepGrade as such. Thank you. I'm done with the video. So how do we do it? On the technology behind it, a little bit of explanation on the process behind it. I'll not run deep into the technology part. So we understand kids handwriting really, really well. The first and foremost thing is, if we don't understand the kids handwriting, we will not. If the garbage is, the input is garbage, then you're going to get only garbage out. It's the GAGO process is the same. So what we have done is, we can call ourselves pioneers in understanding young adult handwriting. So we take about 14 different parameters and then identify each and every kid's handwriting really, really well, and then we have trained over millions of handwritings, and then we have got it to a level where we are able to identify it. Many of the schools which we came out for the tryout, we used the children, their school children's handwriting, and then we did a tryout whom we don't even know. And then the principals themselves, the teachers themselves were able to see the results of it. If there are kids with dyslexia, if there are kids with really odd different pattern, no worries. We can still train specially, and then we can still make the handwriting recognition work for them. That's number one. The other thing is, we look at the context and meaning and intent of what the kid has actually written, not just your vanilla, the keywords, whether this keyword is present, give 1 mark, whether this phrase is present, give 1 mark, not like that. So even if similar verbs are being used, similar adjectives are being used, the sentence formation itself is changing from active to passive. All of these things is something which we will be able to pick up. And you will also be able to configure questions like, write say a sentence using the adjective, say beautiful. So a child can write, tree is beautiful, or say India is beautiful, or this flower is beautiful, so on and so forth. We will still be able to grade those kind of questions because we are looking at the keyword plus the grammatical construct of the sentence as such. And the most important feature, or probably the asset that we have created over the period of time, is called as question library. For NCERT alone, we have added 35,000 plus questions along with the answer keys that has been pre-configured. But do not fret, you can still modify it, you can still add new points to it, you can still add new questions to it. This was itself a huge exercise where we had to hire a panel of teaching experts to create this whole repository as such, which will be ready-made available for usage. And once you start using it, so we are not here to just get this product for this year, and then for the next year, the next winter, we will see whether we want this product or not. We want this to be a long-term used product for the next 10 years or 15 years or so on and so forth. So which means that whenever you start using it, we want you to build your own asset within our system as such, which is nothing but your question bank, which can keep building on and on. So all I showed you mostly was the English text, and this was one of the most intriguing questions that were asked by everyone. What about mathematics? When will you guys bring mathematics? Will you be able to grade mathematics or not? So English itself is a big challenge if you see from a technology perspective. And mathematics is even a bigger challenge because for a single question there can be 3 different ways in which the child can answer, and then the substitution methodologies could be different, the numericals that you use could be different. It's like an onion layer. I mean, the more and more you peel, the more and more you crack. As simple as that. So that's how difficult it is, and then we are very proud to say, in last month, we went to Dehradun, to Devbhoomi with Aro sir, and because when I demoed the whole solution to Aro sir said, you should demo this in my place. So though he's in Bangalore, he said you should demo it in my place. I want my principals to see what they feel about this. So we did a good presentation like this, maybe not this bigger crowd, but a significant crowd where we launched our mathematics beta. So here is another video explaining on how the mathematics grading is actually done using DGrade. So there is a separate stall which talks about mathematics grading alone, but we are still in beta. Beta means that it's still in tryouts. We are asking the schools to try out, give us feedback, we will improve it, so on and so forth. to some extent at least. So we will be able to grade stepwise marks. You will be able to configure stepwise what is the marks to be awarded, and what if it's not an absolute answer, what if the child misses a step, what if the the final answer is correct but the middle steps are wrong. All of these things is something you will be able to configure. So the next part is diagrams. So now something which is even more tougher than say grading mathematics. Very simply, that I used to joke with Ravi sir, and I will ask Ravi sir every fortnight. I'll call him and I'll ask him like, how do you grade diagrams? Because he's a science teacher. So I'll ask him, how do you grade diagrams? So now this is the first thing that he told. I'm not looking for the kid to be an artist, right? Not every kid can draw so beautifully that it looks exactly like the book. What I'm looking for is that whether the child has got the concept right, whether he knows how the plant cell will be, or whether he knows whatever the diagram that he is drawing will be, and then he is able to draw the parts inside, and then he is able to label them properly, and then write the spellings of the labels properly or not. Very, very simple. So when a human does it, it's very easy. We will just see and then, okay, everything happens inside. But when we want a automated system to do this is a hand-drawn diagram. This is not like a computer-drawn Microsoft PowerPoint or a Paint PPT or whatever. So how do we do that? So this is again in research and development phase, and this is what I would like to play in. I will talk when this goes off. So this is a simple plant diagram, very neatly drawn by a kid, labeled and all those things. What you're seeing inside is now it is able to identify each and every part within the diagram. What you're seeing next is it is able to draw the line to where the labeling is happening. And then what you will see is where the extraction of the labels is done, and then the marks are getting awarded, including the spelling errors. So this is for different diagrams from different kids, and mind you that this is pencil drawn, which will fade over a period of time. And this is again for another diagram, which is the digestive system of the body. So how do we do this? This is probably our trade secret. We will not tell it right now. Thank you. So next, another interesting thing. Now graphs, right? So this is another video which will explain on how graphs is getting graded. So this is a very simple. So maybe I will just recap on what happened. So we are able to identify the graph, the curve. The first graph was y is equal to x, the second graph was y is equal to 4x square. Now if you see the variation in which the students can actually write is a child can use x-axis is equal to 2 units, another child can use x-axis is equal to 4 units, another child can come and say y is equal to 8 units or whatever it is, and still draw the graph. So we measure whether the units are proper first, then we have an identification step of whether whatever the points that has been there, then we trace down whether the graph has been drawn well or not. So a whole sort of calculations actually happens behind, where for the problem we first generate the answer and keep it, and then when the student's answer comes in, we match the scale and then redraw the whole graph and then we grade it and then give it out. Similarly, soon you will see for maps, soon you will see for the for the physics, drawing a circuit diagram, so on and so forth. So our aim is that as soon as possible we should be 100% in terms of grading. If you give the whole paper, irrespective of whatever is being done, we should be able to grade it and give it back to you. That's the whole idea of deep grade as such. One question that might be in your mind is, can you grade Hindi? Can you grade languages? What is going to happen in there? So we can't do it without you. Very simple. The reason is Hindi doesn't have a strong NLP at this point in time. We need to get a strong natural language programming library that has to be ready. The universities should come out and help the corporate saying that okay, we will give you so much amount of data, or we will dedicate so much amount of resources where the teachers or the professors can come and help us build the NLP platform. Then we will come and sit with you for a lot of papers because we want to know how children write. So anything that has to do with such kind of automation, which will save up to 30 to 45% of a teacher's time, has to be based on humongous amount of data, which is not only restricted to a particular region, but for the whole of the country. We have to go to the length and breadth of the country and then actually get the data and then process that. So I would humbly request that whoever has any ideas, whoever says, okay, you can use all my Hindi papers, please let us know. Instead of putting those papers to paper wallas, please call us, we will come and collect the papers and go. Right? So, as I was mentioning, what are the real benefits of deep grade? So one is the learning gaps, another is learning effectiveness, and then the continuous upskilling that can actually happen, and then the never before seen analytics. So we will be able to tell for each question or each subject or each chapter how the children are performing in the whole class. So is this really working? Right? This might be the question that all of you might have in your mind. So I have a few testimonial videos, and shortly after a couple of slides I will close. I will not be standing between your lunch for longer time.
Namaste. I am Ramana Velavan, Principal, DAV Secondary School, Mogapir. Deep Grade, an artificially intelligent integrated EdTech, is unique in nature, which can evaluate the descriptive handwritten answers based on the scoring keys given by the teachers. Students can upload the image of the handwritten scripts, and AI will correct and generate very exhaustive report on the learning of students. In addition to term test, it can be extensively used in spot test or a class test to identify the learning gap and accordingly to take remedial measures effectively. It's an ideal emerging script evaluating tool to save teachers' precious time. Thank you.
So we did not hire him. He is really a principal. And he really saw the results. So I have one more principal, Mrs. Lata ma'am. So she's from Sairam Leomuthu School from Chennai again. So she's there, and anyways we have got a video of hers as well.
DeepGrade integrates AI for grading in schools. It facilitates the teachers to identify the learning gaps, thereby rectifying the difficulties in understanding the concepts then and there. DeepGrade makes grading instant and saves the time of the teachers. It has a repository of questions based on Bloom's taxonomy. As the head of the institution, I can monitor the students' performance, teachers' analysis report in a single click. We use DeepGrade for grading system in our school. Thank you.
So all the principals are very, very conscious of cameras. And that's why it looks like they are reading, but they are actually reading. But the point is that they are very conscious of cameras, and when we go and say, madam, can you please give a testimonial? It takes like 4 hours for this 1 minute video. Alright, so now we heard from a couple of principals. Let us hear from a couple of teachers who have actually used it. In one of the schools, we did the whole half-yearly exam for a couple of classes, and they had about 6 sections in each of the classes. So the whole thing was done, and this is one of the teachers, the social science teachers who actually did the whole exam along with our team. So let us hear from what she has to say.
It's a noble profession. Everyone aspires to become a teacher only if they are passionate about it. I am Geeta, working at Literacy Mission School, Samalapuram, Tirupur. Our president, Rotarian Ramamurthy sir, always wants our teachers to go hand in hand with technology. And through him, we got introduced to the DeepGrade platform. What is DeepGrade? If we consider the work of teachers, correction is the most difficult work as all the teachers face. So through deep grade, that becomes very easy. Deep grade actually corrects the papers of the students, irrespective of the marks. Even if we have 10 marks, it will correct the papers. Up to 100 marks, 200 marks, it will correct the papers. Deep grade corrects the papers and awards accurate mark. It is very less time consuming. The correction happens through AI intelligence, artificial intelligence. We need not carry the very heavy bundles to our home for correction, and we need not feel about the safety of the bundles also. It fills the learning gap of the students. We can give individual attention for the students, like in which subject he is lagging, and in that subject, in which part he is lagging. For example, if we take English, if he is not scoring good marks in English, in which part he is lagging? Like he is lagging in understanding, or he is lagging in vocabulary part or in the grammar part. We can easily fill the gaps of the students, learning gaps of the students. Recently in our school, we have conducted half-yearly examinations, and our test papers of nearly 2,000 to 3,000 students were corrected with deep grade, and it was a very successful one. We have completed the PTA meet also, where teachers were able to speak to the parents with their valid points in their hand. Through the deep grade support team, every teachers were guided from setting the question paper to scanning to correcting. Everything was guided we got the good guidance from a support team. And thank you for our president sir and the deep grade people for making the work of the teacher very easy. Thank you.
I think she deserves a clap, please. The 3,000 questions, I mean, students, and then scanning the papers, and then feeding it into the system, pre-configuring it, and we said maybe you do a small test first, and then they said no, we will do the whole exam, and we had to support them. So this was a very, very nice journey for us. So one more teacher, and then after that I'm going to wrap up my presentation. I think I'll be on time.
I'm Anju, I'm in social science. We are very happy to use the deep grade app. It simplifies the process of daily assessment. We create assessment from the deep grade library. It is very useful because we are able to analyze each and every student's performance in a better way. And with the help of the deep grade, we are able to get the daily research, and we are able to fulfill the learning gap of each and every students for the betterment and for the progress of the students. Indeed, it is really able to refine our own progress. Like we can even change our teaching methodology and strategy. So indeed, the deep grade app is very useful for us, and we are very happy to be a part of it.
Okay, so there is your proof in terms of the real teachers using it and then giving the feedback. This is a wonderful book that I have been reading, The Fourth Education Revolution. So they call education as the Cinderella of the AI story. So please spend a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes in reading this, or I'm going to read it out for the benefit of the people who are sitting in the back. There is no more important issue facing education or humanity at large than the fast approaching revolution in artificial intelligence or AI. The book is a call to all the educators everywhere in primary, secondary, further and higher education, and in all countries to open our eyes to what is coming. If we do so, then the future will be shaped by us in the interest of all. If not, others, the large tech companies, governments, and even the bad guys will decide, and we will have only ourselves to blame. So, as C.B. Sharma sir was resonating time and again, who's deciding what? So this decision is in your hands in terms of picking up the right tools or picking up the right products or setting up that vision and then going to that next mile forward. That is in your hands and your hands only.